Hi, good morning. My name is Father Rayappa. I'm talking about Laudato Si models that will help you to put into practice what you have read in Laudato Si. So, in other words, practical application of the environmental encyclical from Pope Francis, which was written 2015 and promulgated in the month of May. So I already made 5 practical application models of Laudato Si. Already it's on YouTube. And all you have to do is just type Rayappa Kasi Laudato Si models. That's it. So this is the 5th Laudato Si model, which is framed buying and sharing food. Buying and sharing food. I think we consume enormous amount of things under this model. We buy fruits, vegetables, we buy groceries, we buy drinks. I think this is the biggest consumable model which humans have to do anyway. You have to eat, no? And you have to produce food. And in order to produce food, you need to buy other things like fertilizer, pesticide, seeds, other things, manure, lot of things, and electricity, fossil fuel. And we produce food and we share. Most of the people today, they do industrial farming and they sell the food. But our ancestors, I think the farming started some 10,000 years ago. I produce a fruit and you produce a vegetable, and other neighbor produced nuts. Other neighbor produced probably rice or maize or wheat or rye. So these are the ancient days I'm talking about. But today, we buy a lot of chemically produced food. Almost 85% of the food which we consume is not natural. That is alarming news. So when you read Laudato Si, Pope is trying to talk about food, clothing, housing, all these basic necessities. He mentions here and there. And I have learned a lot of things from Laudato Si, and I'm going to put some highlights just before you. For example, buy locally grown products, food. We go to big malls to buy food, and you don't know that food, how much it has traveled miles. Probably the food traveled all the way from India to New York, or from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, to Boston, or from China, Beijing, to Los Angeles, California. So it's called travel miles. The food probably was harvested maybe a month back, and it traveled all those days and reached Los Angeles, and now they are putting in the supermarket. So already 1 month old food we are talking about. It is not fresh. That's why Pope is writing, buy locally grown food. And there are small scale farmers in your neighborhood, in your village, and tell them you need such a vegetable, and they will produce it for you. And tell them not to put fertilizer, no pesticide, no genetically modified seeds. Everything is organic, everything is a natural way of farming. Good for you. So just support the small scale farmers. You don't know what you're buying, how it was grown when you buy in the supermarket. But all your neighbor is growing just in front of your eyes. Before you put something in your stomach, see it, feel it, touch it, smell it, grow it. Yeah. So most of the food we never even know. There's no history of the food we eat. So we just put it in our stomach. I think it is nice to buy products and food from the local grown farmers and insist them that you want only organic and naturally grown food. Okay? Shop carefully and use cloth shopping bags. Eat lower on the food train, fruits and vegetables. Don't waste food. Compost food scraps. Avoid drinking bottled water. Support your local food bank or pantry. Grow food in your backyard, schoolyard, or parish yard. Join the local slow food movement just for traditional recipes. Pope writes in 134 paragraph number, although no conclusive proof exists that genetically modified cereals may be harmful to human beings, and in some regions their use has brought about economic growth, which has helped to resolve problems, there remain a number of significant difficulties which should not be underestimated. Pope talks about genetically modified seeds and food. He says that it is not that dangerous because not enough tests are conducted on this issue. So Pope is relying on the scientific database. He simply says, so far no danger. So there is no proof that genetically modified products are damaging your health and damaging your future generation, your grandchildren's health. But he admits that because of this growing of crops, a lot of biodiversity is being destroyed because you use pesticides and fertilizer. So when you spray pesticide, beneficial insects are killed like bees and butterflies because they are pollinators. Without them, there is no pollination. So also the microscopic bacteria is being killed every day because of fertilizer use. So Pope is telling the genetically modified seeds and its associated agricultural practices, actually, they damage the ecosystems. He writes as follows: the expansion of these crops has the effect of destroying the complex network of ecosystems, diminishing the diversity of production, and affecting regional economies now and in the future. So, Laudato Si gives us a window for to learn sustainable practices in agriculture. So I think Pope is helping us out, and there should be a lot of discussions on it. There should be debate, there should be dialogues on these matters in a local level, in a village level, and probably we should ask some good farmers to supply the whole vegetables, nuts, fruits to the village which is organically grown. In that way, we can take control of our health and our future generations' health as well. Thank you, and God bless. Bye.